A historic vote is expected in Austin any moment now. Lawmakers in the Texas House are deliberating a school voucher plan, and Republicans think this time they have the votes. It's been a long night with some heated debate. Let's get to Matt Howerton in the newsroom, who's been watching it all. Walk us through it all, Matt.
Yes, a school voucher proposal has never made it out of the Texas House. If it does tonight or in the coming hours, it would be monumental for Governor Greg Abbott. The plan one step closer to his desk, his signature. This is a live look at deliberations in Austin. They started around 4 p.m. after the House passed an $8 billion public education bill that would increase base money per student, even raise teachers' salaries. It's headed to the Senate after a 144-4 vote. The vouchers, however, probably going to be a slimmer margin. Deliberations have stopped after a recess, but they will continue here shortly. If passed, it would provide a shot for students attending private schools statewide to receive around $10,000 in taxpayer dollars to help pay for that education. Students with disabilities would get a little bit more, and homeschooled students would be eligible for around $2,000. It comes at a cost of $1 billion to taxpayers, and right now the proposal being debated would support around 100,000 students. In the past, rural Republicans have stood in the way, mainly because in their districts, public schools, they're king. But those who stood in the way in the previous legislative session have either retired or lost re-election. A popular idea amongst Democrats, and maybe some Republicans out there on the fence saying yes, was to allow voters to decide all this in November. Take a listen.
It's the only thing that'll put this issue to bed. Because believe me, even if this passes, we'll be back here next session and the session after that and the session after that fighting about vouchers, fighting about loosening regulations, fighting about expanding funding.
And that amendment, it did fail. It was brought forward by Democrat lawmaker James Tallarico, who put on a Republican hat while grilling a colleague across the aisle. Then I want you to watch the end of a back and forth between North Texas Republican Brett Money and Democrat Gene Wu here.
So under this bill, could our taxpayer dollars be used to host Drag Queen Story Hour?
Drag Queen Story Hour?
If a private school decides to have Drag Queen Story Hour, our taxpayer dollars will now fund that Drag Queen Story Hour.
This bill does not infringe on what our private schools can do. This bill, while it purports to be a benefit for the poor, does nothing but take from the poor and give to the rich.
I'm
not done with my answer.
He got one.
Yeah, a broken gavel there, and also a broken dais, too. They're going to have to replace those. That's just a little taste of what's been happening tonight. Obviously, Republicans want this to pass. They want to offer school choice to their constituents, and the vote could be close. Right now, Democrats stalling a bit by proposing those multiple amendments that have all failed. We'll keep you posted.